guys came so close.
I wonder,
How was that experience?
is that just the defense all the way through? Is there something about the fourth quarter?
When a coach methods is to wear teams down and they just be what it is. Yeah, such great depth and guys are playing well off the bench, and I think over time they just kind of wear teams out. Obviously, human nature in the fourth quarter is to heighten your senses a little bit. So for us, that's winning time. And, obviously, you want to play well throughout the game, but fourth quarter is where you really start to hone your focus as an individual and as a team. I mean, obviously, is what we pick it up.
Does he mention anything about that? Because I know he hates 30-point quarters, but 20's pretty darn good.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't said anything about the fourth quarter, but anytime we have a 20-point quarter, he lets us know. He lets us know that it's well appreciated. Same with the coaching staff that we're putting forth the effort, to play defense, because that's what he loves. That's what a lot of guys on his team love, is defense. So it's our calling card, and as long as we could have those 20-point quarters here and there, we give ourselves a chance throughout the season.
What's your thought about this? Is kind of an important week, another busy one, but you've got a couple of division opponents. What's kind of the thought process going into this week?
4 games in 6 days, so physically it's definitely going to be challenging, but as far as pole position early on in the season, it's critical. Miami is a very dangerous team at home. Come back here, I think we got the Bucks. They're super dangerous. They haven't played as well as many people may thought, but it's only a matter of time before they figure it out. Then Charlotte is playing extremely well. They took Toronto and Cleveland out to the wire. So and then up in New York Sunday. So we got our work cut out, but our depth and help us out throughout the week, and we'll see if we can put together a 4-0 week when it starts tomorrow.
I asked a bunch of people on the last game talk to you about it. Do you guys get the feeling you can just come out and keep the teams in waves? It's 6 double-digit scores again, almost a 7. It just seems like you overwhelmed.
Yeah, I mean, guys are playing well, and it's just a reflection of what goes on here on a daily basis. Guys come in the morning, they get a body vitamin, and then they're in the weight room, then they get shots up in practice. So it's just a testament of the work that guys are putting in, in preparation for the game. And, when we get out there, as guns are blazing, guys are just so happy to play and play for each other. And when you're winning, the vibes are great, the chemistry is great. We've handled it well so far this season, and we're still hungry.
You've been on different teams over the years. Just 10 games, is this one of the better teams you've been on as far as adjusting to new personnel, new schemes, everything like that so far?
Yeah, no doubt. I thought my first year here was a very special year. Obviously, we won 60 games, but I think this team, from top to bottom, is night and day from the previous team from 2014. It's a lot of similarities as far as depth, but we got a lot of guys that are playing well, that are healthy now. Cal, Topo, Tim Hardaway is here now. He's playing amazing. Mike Muscala, totally different player than he was 2 years ago. Dennis Schroeder now in the starting role. So a lot of that team is still here, and we feel very confident in what we've done in the past. But this year it just feels right. It feels so different. It feels everything's positive, and we feel like we can contend with all the teams in the league.
Kent, how do you feel Dwight Howard has impacted both the culture of the team, the locker room dynamic, and then the second question, how has he changed the way that this team plays on the court compared to last year?
Dwight has been a blast to play with. He's been a blast to be around. I thought I had a outgoing character. He trumps mine. You want to talk about a guy that can light up a dark room, he's all of that. The days where you come in and you may be tired, down, a little mentally drained, he comes in and his vibes are always good, his spirit's great, and he picks us up. As far as on the court, he's just been amazing. His size down there, guys aren't afraid to play, more aggressive on the perimeter when he's back there, shooting shots. You always have a chance of rebounding it. We went from 29th in the league to I think we're 3rd in the league in rebounding right now. Rebound percentages are up. Offensive rebound percentages are up. Defense is up. And he has a large part to play in that. And, he's probably, no one would call him the most valuable player. But looking at a roster and taking him off this team would be, his importance to the team should have him in that conversation as the most valuable player on the team because he just does so much for us.
And you mentioned Tim Hardaway, and we've talked about him last season. Well, what's different this year that's allowing him to bring it on the offensive end the way that he is?
I just think his confidence. He's playing at a very high level, and he's fearless right now. Speaking from experience, you get in the league and you start playing. You're kind of afraid to make mistakes. You're hesitant to play your game, so to speak. But he's found his role. He's found his niche. Coach believes in him. He has a green light out there, and he's doing a tremendous job with it.
Are there any examples where the team is competitive at things that don't have to do with basketball?
Yeah, across the board, we have these free throw shooting competitions, and guys chirp about them all the way to the plane. So, it's never a dull moment with this team. I think, just across the board. You can look at, they play, card games on the plane, and it's a ton of ruckus. We had the whole Uno thing going. We love to compete. We always talking trash to each other. Like even before the game, it's like some real intense one-on-one games in warm-ups. Guys are going at each other, and even in practice. So this is a very competitive group, and it's never a dull moment, and we don't take ourselves too serious. It's always a light group, and we aren't afraid to talk trash to one another.